Hey guys, it's Apollo here. I'm only going to be jumping in at some random times for narration and context, but essentially Streamlabs did a stupid and my mic audio kind of cut out, so yeah. Other than that, this was my first time back in the season for quite a few months, since June actually. And well, this is basically the first buck that I've seen. Also, happy Thanksgiving, by the way. So, this deer from the front didn't exactly look like stupidly humongous huge, at least extremely wide from a sense, but I didn't think it would score so high due to the fact that his rack wasn't very wide bending out. So, yeah. Though, I think he was a shooter, and at this point, I thought he was at least 200, maybe 210. I didn't think he would score as high as he did, which you'll see soon. And the thing I noticed is that his brow tines were good. But the other thing, this guy had a freaking banana for a drop tine, so... Getting a lot of thumbnail screenshots here. The other thing is that his beams are stupidly thick. And then he decided to turn. But I didn't care, so I pulled off a shot anyway and hit his main artery. And I guess the main artery just kills them a lot faster than, like, lung shot or even heart shot at times. Because he just clopped over immediately. And there is my photo. So this is back when I put him on, you know, for extra points, get a better look at him. And he's truly a wicked looking deer, but I did not expect how large he would be. I think he's maybe a 220s, possibly a 230s, but I was more banking on 210s, 220s. And well, as you'll see here in a second, $243. That is my third largest deer ever, behind the preset 250 and a 255 buck that used to be the record. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I showed that off eventually in the Discord and some other places. And I think it's taken so long because I was just in complete shock. One very important thing that I do have for some beginners is make sure that you get the predator collar. Coyotes on Kansas, and coyotes in general, can get you a good ton of money. Sure, they can scare off deer. That is one of the major problems with them, but I mean, they're coyotes. But I fully recommend taking them out. They can definitely get you a ton of XP. And in the end, it's just worth it. In fact, here's another coyote I found during gun season. And here is the last buck of the season, and it was getting very close to the end. Second to last day, hadn't really seen anything at all. But this was a pretty typical, well, I'd say pretty typical. I was actually a little surprised that he made 190s, but I think it's just, I don't know, I don't even know what to frickin' say anymore. I don't know why I'm stuttering so much. But I took him here. And he went down instantly. So actually, in the process of me going over, I spotted a deer that looked larger, but probably wasn't. Besides, if I left any of those bucks out there, I'd lose XP, which is something I'm not too keen on doing. Yeah, looking back at him, he looked maybe larger, but I don't know. I think that other guy was definitely a larger deer. And he was a 190, which, yeah, that could be expected from a deer like him, so... So something weird that had been happening to me before is my green light, that's usually used for coyote hunting, wouldn't work. Well, I guess that got fixed. And I put it to good use. This coyote wasn't too big, I think he was around a 20-pounder. We'll see at the end though. So, real quick, a 48-pound coyote is really, really big. That is just a little over a pound off of the current record. So, yeah, that's kind of crazy. I never really expected to get that, and it's still a good coyote. Anyway, guys, I'm Apollo. This has been the video, and I hope you enjoyed. I'll try to get audio next time. Bye.